to be honest with you, it's his. He at the MVP table by himself. Straight up. I don't care. You're talking Patty Mahomes, whoever you're trying to put in there. This is the best quarterback playing right now in the National Football League. His team won 3 games last year.
It was bad.
Wasn't it 2?
2 games last year?
Yeah, I think
2 or 3 games last year. Great players, great quarterbacks makes everybody around you better. We are watching with our own 2 eyes this rookie come in and elevate everybody's game around him, including the defensive side of the ball. The last 2 weeks, ball in his hands, we just praised Deshaun Watson 230. The ball in his hands, W's. This dude is absolutely special. I don't think there's a guy out there right now at the quarterback position on a consistent level playing better than C.J. Stroud. Throwing the ball all over the yard, touchdowns all over the yard, has his team in playoff contentions in a roster that picked number 2. They picked number 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you talking about
you might need to say that again.
You're talking about a bad
big.
football team. This team picked 2 and 3. Texans on the clock. C.J. Stroud, Texans up again.
Yeah.
Like, come on. This dude is changing around this organization. He is clearly, I'm telling you, and it ain't close by the way this young fella is playing. He's at the table by himself right now when you talk MVP conversation.
Yeah, he's for sure. I mean, he's one of my favorite players to watch right now. He's only a rookie. He's going to get better and better and better. And the thing about him that I love, what you just talked about, is on my note I had Noah Brown.
Yeah.
Right? I remember the Cowboys saying he wasn't good enough and they need more in that position. Now you look at him, he's balling. And I think as a rookie, the hardest thing is, I think, that the timing, the speed of the game, and he has that. He can throw the ball, he reads very, very well, and he can run. It's like, the sky's the limit for this kid, you know, and I'm super happy that now I can talk about a quarterback from Ohio State in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid is lights out. I think for sure he should definitely be top 2, top 3 as MVP right now. We need some more wins, but as far as him playing and what he's doing for this team is amazing.
Yeah. It's special because, and I know we can sit here and we could talk about the great quarterbacks, but even with them great quarterbacks out there, I don't know if you plug them into this team and they winning. Like, I really don't. Like, he's playing at that type level. Like, we got to stop playing with him just because he's a rookie.
That's true.
He's playing at that type level. Yeah. Even if you drop Patty Mahomes in here, I'm not saying he's better than Patty Mahomes. But with this roster, you drop Patty Mahomes or Joe Burrow up in, it's gonna be tough to win.
What C.J. Stroud is doing with the Houston Texans is absolutely insane, and we need to talk about it because nobody realizes what the Houston Texans are doing right now, and we're gonna get into this. The Houston Texans are now 7-5 after winning 4 of their last 5 games, and now they have a real shot of winning the division. Now that Trevor Lawrence will unfortunately be out for some time with a high ankle sprain after their loss to the Bengals on Monday Night Football, the division is really up for grabs. It's not going to be easy though, because the Colts are also 7-5 and the Texans will travel to Indianapolis for the last regular season game after losing to them in week 2. After we saw C.J. Stroud heating up during the middle of the season, we knew the Texans would make the playoffs, but now it looks like they can accomplish way more. In this video, I'm going to explain why I believe the Texans will win the AFC South and why CJ Stroud has a legit chance of winning MVP if he could pull this off. CJ Stroud has absolutely been cooking this season, and I don't even believe the Texans thought he would be this good, but he has answered the call and more. CJ Stroud currently ranks 1st in total passing yards, 1st in passing yards per game, 3rd in average yards per play, 5th in passer rating, and 10th in passing touchdowns. It's amazing to see how much CJ Stroud has transformed this offense. Last year, all we did was talk about Dameon Pierce and how good he would be in year 2, and it's like we totally forgot about him now. If you didn't know, the Texans drafted Davis Mills in the 3rd round out of Stanford during the 2021 draft in hopes of replacing Deshaun Watson as the franchise quarterback, and it's safe to say that went completely south. Davis Mills' quarterback play was so bad that I honestly believe he may find himself out of the league once his contract is up. It's more than just the stats when it comes to CJ Stroud. He has all of the intangibles that you need in a franchise quarterback. He also throws very accurate passes and just always seems poised in the pocket, which leads you to believe he will always end up making plays when plays are needed to be made. As long as CJ continues to play at this level, the sky is the limit. Somebody who has really helped make plays for CJ will be out for the remainder of the season though, and Tank Dell. Tank Dell was CJ's #1 option and was drafted in the 3rd round of this previous draft from the University of Houston. Dell unfortunately suffered a fractured fibula after being rolled up on in their win over the Broncos this past Sunday, and he will be out for the remainder of the year. It was a really big blow because I feel like it was a play he shouldn't even have been involved in. It was a running play and they had Dell blocking down, and in my opinion, I just believe you would want a bigger receiver doing that. Either way, I hope he gets better very soon because he has answered all of the questions of whether he could play in the NFL or not. If you follow Tank Dell through college like I did, I knew of his high playmaking and deep threat ability, but when draft time came around, many were worried about his size. Well, prior to his injury, Dell racked up 75 catches for 709 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Even though this is a big loss, the Texans will have to rely on their other key playmakers at the pass catching positions like Nico Collins, Noah Brown, and Dalton Schultz. Nico Collins looks like he's going to be CJ Stroud's top target after having a career game against the Broncos, finishing with 9 catches, 191 yards, and a touchdown. Nico Collins has shown flashes in the past while playing with Davis Mills, but we haven't been able to see much of his potential until CJ Stroud came into the building. Collins is actually having a very productive year, currently sitting with 59 catches on the season for 991 yards and 6 touchdowns. If Stroud continues to target him like he has been these past 3 weeks, 12 targets, 9 targets, and 11 targets, Collins may be on his way well over 1,300 yards if he could stay healthy. Then like I mentioned before, they'll have Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz returning from injury soon, so that will help fill those other voids at receiver. Lastly, let's talk about this defense. D'Amico Ryans has done a great job taking over this team and taking over this defensive unit. It was only fitting allowing him to be a part of that part of the team since he was a defensive player back in the day. Ever since Ryans took over, this Texans defense has just been playing way better than last year. They're currently sitting as the 12th best defense in the NFL, and that's actually saying a lot considering coming in this season, this defense was supposed to still have major flaws. As long as they continue to believe in D'Amico Ryans' plan, I believe this unit will continue to be a middle of the pack defense that will continue to play really well situationally, and all you need is a middle of the pack defense to win a Super Bowl. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about the Houston Texans. Do you think they will win the AFC South? And if they do you believe CJ Stroud has a legit chance of winning the MVP? And also let me know if the Houston Texans are a true Super Bowl contender or not. Thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.
I love what the Texans have done with C.J. Stroud. I love the way they play. I think D'Amico Ryans, he wins this division. He's going to get Coach of the Year, and obviously C.J. Stroud is going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
But I like the Texans. I think they can overtake them. That Trevor Lawrence, it sends a ripple effect because not only does it impact the AFC South, it impacts the whole AFC.